Let's break the seal on the 6-3 matchup in the Western Conference. Oklahoma City and Portland.
There's some talent in this series, buddy.
At Moda Center this afternoon, and Damian Lillard for 3, and then Lillard for 3. And Portland hit 7 out of 10 from deep in the first quarter.
Yeah, he's playing like a guy that does not want to be swept anymore.
Steph Curry right there.
The Curry family's in another building other than Golden State.
Exactly. Paul George did not have a good shooting day. He does score there. And they cut the gap to 54-48 at the half after trailing by 19. Westbrook again. And then more. Damian Lillard, who had a 30-point afternoon, had 27 30-point games in the regular season and starts the playoffs with yet another one.
I'm just, you know what? Portland was my pick.
But this is why Charles and I thought that they were the clear and present danger to the Golden State Warriors. This is today. And if you imagine what Enes Kanter did today. Imagine if that was coming off the bench.
Can you imagine that? But listen, I'm not going to give up on him yet, Kenny.
93-92, and Lillard does that again.
Yeah, you got
to extend.
Oh, come on,
No, with the left.
Nice left.
How about Enes Kanter?
I love Enes Kanter. I don't understand why people are talking about he ain't no good defender. Hell, I ain't no good defender, but I'm in the Hall of Fame.
20 points and 18 rebounds.
18 rebounds.
Hey, listen, if you give me 20 and 18, you ain't got to play no defense.
Well, is it rebounding the last part of defense?
Well, I'm saying that. You give me 20 and 18, I don't worry about your defense.
Russell Westbrook, who had 34 triple-doubles this season, starts the playoffs with another one, his ninth in his playoff career. But Oklahoma City falls by 5 to Portland, 104.
Why don't you shoot 15 threes if you're only going to make 4?
Why would you shoot 33 threes if you're only going to make 5?
I like, Ernie, it's this thing, like all these dummies in the NBA now.
That's how they play.
Shaq, at some point, it ain't going.
I know that.
Like, why do you keep doing it?
That's
Like, listen, I know everybody. And listen, let me just tell you something. The threes work when you got Steph, Clay, and KD. And these other teams, like, at some point, you got to say, hey, it's not my day. You just can't keep shooting them.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the overall consensus is saying that I'm open and I'm creating space. But also creating space is so you could have ability to play inside. So the one thing that a lot of the teams don't take advantage of is that you could create space so you could play inside, what Enes Kanter did today. He played inside. He was able to score 20 points. He was able to get the defense sucked in, which allowed Damian Lillard to still have it and C.J. McCollum to have shots from the outside. So if you never play inside on a traditional basis, you won't, the space that you're creating is not space. You're just playing outside with a hand in your face.
But whatever happened to the days as a shooter, you would know this. You miss a couple shots. You say, I'm not shooting no more. I'm going to the hole a couple times, get fouled, get to the free throw line, get my rhythm back.
Thank you, Shaq.
You're right, Chuck. You just can't keep shooting.
Especially like Ernie, like sometimes you just missing. It ain't your day. And you just put your head down, get a couple layups, the backs will get bigger. But this notion like, hey, you know what, just because everybody in the NBA shooting 3, we just going to keep jacking them up.
Magic number in this game is 10, snapping a 10-game playoff losing streak where the Portland Trail Blazers and Oklahoma City has lost 10 in a row on the road in the postseason.
A clear and present danger.
Game 1 goes to the Blazers. Meantime, Game 1, Pacers and Celtics at TD Garden.
Yeah, we had
today
the
Celtic playoff debut of Kyrie Irving, who was hurt last year. They go on a 16-3 run in the second quarter to the Indiana Pacers.
I'm so glad we had this game early today.
Why is that?
Because I could watch my Masters uninterrupted. Because I was not watching this junk right here.
Come on, Indiana played very well in the first half.
Was a good half.
Yeah,
Very well. I'm just telling you, you can't just condemn the entire game.
No, but you said they played good the first half, so they must have won.
They played well in the first half. They were up 45-38 at the break, and then the Celtics come out and hit them 15-0 in the third quarter.
That switch, Chuck.
Well, no, this is where Victor Oladipo not having him makes a difference, because then you'd have a guy.
They just have to play hard. They were going through the motions, turning the ball over.
They're a little bit more physical, too. Bop.
I mean, they just got outworked and out-energized in the first half.
Marcus Morris for 3. It was a 22-3 run. It took Indiana 8 minutes and 32 seconds to hit a basket in the third quarter. That's Terry Rozier. You remember him from last year.
Oh, no question. He was incredible in the playoffs last year.
Oh, bully ball. Give me that. Give me that. Okay,
it's going to wind up in the hands of Gordon Hayward. Pacers, by the way, were 9 of 38 shooting in the second half.
They look good when that ball is moving.
Yeah, because the energy,
touching
all of that
Yep.
defense, now it's too late for that. That's a heat check.
The Boston Celtics in the
I love
second
those
half
uniforms, Shaq, don't you?
Yeah, I like those.
I do. I love those uniforms. Those are my favorite.
outscored Indiana 46-29. It was that third quarter when the Pacers scored 8 points on 2 of 19 shooting that pretty much did them in. Celtics take game 1, and we get more from Rebecca Harlow.
When you take a look at the way you started this game today, is this a missed opportunity to not get the win?
Anytime you step on the court and don't win, it's a missed opportunity. But yeah, the way that we jumped out and the way that we started, yeah, you kind of feel that it hurts a little bit more. But at the end of the day, if they would have scored 110 points or 120 points, you would think it would be worse. For the most part, I think we did a good job on the defensive end.
Offensively, that probably was the worst half that we played all season. So to be in a dogfight like that, and I don't know, did we score 90 points? No. So, and I've been in a few playoff games where I've been on both ends, but, that's where the really gritty individuals make their mark.
I mean, those guys guarded their butts off, and, that looked like a 1980s playoff game in a lot of ways with the score, but it's tough. This is not a series for the timid. I mean, we've known that going in. This is a heck of a team with a heck of a coach, and we're going to have to play. The minute you left your foot off the gas or don't play the right way, you're going to get beat.
Indiana in that third quarter, again, 8 points on 2 of 19 shooting and 0 for 8 from deep. Fast break points really ramped up for Boston in the second half after they were held in check in the first half. But Kenny, you look at it. Corey Joseph had 14, Bogdanovich had 12 on 4 of 11. Where are you going to go for offense in game 2 of this series?
Well, that's been the mission impossible at times, because without Victor Oladipo, there's no guy who can just create his own shot when you get stagnant. So give him the ball, get out the way, let's get a shot, and not the shot that they want to give us, the shot we want to get. And so when you don't have that, then you're playing by committee, which they have been. You're hoping that someone does something out of character, out of body experience in terms of scoring. And every night that you're hoping on an out of body experience, I don't think you can win. But when you're playing teams that are home now, watching, all of those teams that you've got to play, you can win on that energy. The energy they had today, those are wins when you're playing all the teams that are not here today. Those would have been wins against any other team that wasn't in the playoffs.
We have this fantasy game that we play, sponsored by Auto Trader. Really good pick by Chuckster today.
Who'd you take? Bogdanovich?
No, I took Miles Turner.
You took Miles Turner?
5 points, 8 rebounds.
Why would you take him in auto trade? He's a good player. No, give him
Clearly not that damn
But
good.
he's not a stat stuffer.
I think he could get me a double-double. I don't want to use all the stars right away. I thought he'd get me more than 5 points.
I appreciate it, Russell Westbrook.
How the hell you get 5 points in a playoff game?
Do something less.
Chuckster mathematically eliminated on day 1 of the Auto Trader fantasy game. Kenny just said clear and present danger, and I'd argue that that's what it should have been all of.
No, not until those trades happened.
No. Oh, Rodney Hood and Ennis Counter made the Blazers contenders.
No question.
Did you really say clear and pleasant danger?
Yeah.
I said present.
Oh, somebody thought you said pleasant.
Oh, he said.
But maybe
present.
they were wrong.
No, you said pleasant.
Well, I meant present.
Pleasant.
It is a pleasant danger for them too.